We're going to have John Maupin come back up to another set for you guys while I get with these gentlemen down here. John Maupin one more time, everybody. The poor man's Richard Pryor.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's right. Very poor. Very, very poor.
How poor was he?
I don't know how poor he was. I know how poor I am. I get paid by the school system, so I know I'm poor. Yeah, good benefits. You're right. I go to the hospital with no money in my pocket. Yeah. I want to open this up with a song that I created myself. Actually, I didn't create it myself. It goes like this. Just the good old boys, never meaning no harm, beats all you ever saw. No, I didn't start that. I know that song is from the Dukes of Hazzard, and I know people probably say, how do you know that song? Yes, white people, I watch the Dukes of Hazzard too. I love television shows, man. Television shows are great. They are really great. They're not realistic, but they are great. Especially like certain things you see on like the detectives and stuff, they can solve a crime in less than 30 minutes. It only takes them like 23 minutes. You take the commercials away, and they can get a crime solved really quick. Everything can get accomplished on television, man. I just like watching like the newscasters and stuff. Those people are ridiculously silly. You think about like a weatherman. Weatherman gets paid all that money, man, to go to school to guess the weather. And you can't tell me they don't guess. If you ever hear somebody say there's a 50% chance of rain, that means they're guessing. There's a 50% chance of anything. I can tell you right now, this guy right here is going to get hit by a car. You can go out here and not get hit by a car, and I said, I'm going to make it happen. I'll push you in front of a car, and it happened. You know what I mean? So I can make it happen, man. And the commercials, man, on television are funny, too. I seen a commercial on television the other day for the Hollywood diet. And the whole theme of it was, you can lose 50 pounds in 2 days. If you lose 50 pounds in 2 days, you're going to lose your life. You can bet that. It's going to happen. And some of these commercials, man, they got just like some of the funniest things. Like, you ever seen the one for the hover around, the electronic wheelchair? And all these people in these wheelchairs and stuff, they say, oh, next time I'm going to the Grand Canyon. If you go to the Grand Canyon in a hover around, you're going to fall in the Grand Canyon. It's just the way it works. Hope nobody's in there in a wheelchair and gets offended by this. I'll probably be in one myself after this act's over with. It's probably going to break my legs, you know. But, and then I see some of these other things, like, you ever see ministers in the morning time, the wee early hours of the morning, 3, 4 o'clock a.m.? Not the regular ministers, I'm talking about these phony ones. The ones that get up here and tell you they know Christ, you know, personally. They'll say, Jesus Christ, he's the man. He created this, he created that. He created that house you live in. I seen him. You can see him too for $59.95. And I sit there and I laugh at that stuff, man, when I used to watch it. Then I felt like God was talking to me. So, oh, you think that's funny, huh? How about I stop your heart? See if you like to laugh at that, you know? You don't want to get too involved and tell jokes about God, man, because God can end your life. He's the man. But I feel funny, man, when I go to church, though. Anybody here go to church on Sunday? One person. All the rest of y'all going to hell, right? No, I'm just kidding. Now, because when I go to church on Sundays, man, they have so many different offerings. And they have like the benevolent offering, the tithes and offering, the building fund offering, whatever you have left in your pocket offering. That's the best one, man, because they take everything out. If you have some change in your pocket, you go to the door, that's when they frisk you. Take the rest out of your pocket. And see, you know, my minister, man, he was funny because he'd get offended about certain things. My pastor would sit up in front of the church, and like say the All-Star game was coming on later on in the day, and you'd be watching them, because they have like a clock right next to where he's speaking at, and you'd look at the clock and say, oh man, I wish this guy would hurry up. Next week he took the clock off and moved it somewhere else. Then he had a speech about it. He did. He said, oh my God. He said, I just want to tell you people, we will not have the clock up on top of the wall anymore because God told me not to have it up on the wall. I'm like, no, you want to do that. But, you go to church, Mark?
No.
No, I'm just putting you on the spot, you know what I mean?
No, I'm a preacher's kid. I just don't practice anymore.
You don't practice?
No.
No.
I mean,
I do. I like to read my book, man. I do. I read my book because I need it. I do. Because there's a lot of things in life, man, that kind of stresses you. It does. And most of the time, the only time I call on God is when I need God, you know? Because all the rest of the time, everything's going well. Like, say, if I was winning the lottery right now, I wouldn't invite God to the press conference. I wouldn't, you know? What I need you for? God said, oh, okay. You think this stuff's funny, huh?
Where's my 10%?
Yeah, where's my 10%, you know? And you don't want to mess with God, man, you know? But I always think of certain things, man, back in the days, like in biblical times. It was funny. Like, you see people that have, like, sandals and stuff. Where did they get their sandals at, man? They have a sandal shop somewhere, you know? In biblical times, they get their sandals and stuff. What about those robes? The robes always look clean, man, on television. I'm sure they didn't have washing machines and stuff. And what about, you think about like the westerns? Those are some of the funniest things. You ever see the way those guys walk, man, on those westerns? They always walk like this. And you say, what's wrong with this guy's legs? The reason why they walk that way is because there's so many horses, man, out there and they're pooping everywhere. They're trying to make sure they watch where they're walking because they don't want to step in no poop, you know? And what about the guys? These guys look so clean, man, on television. Their hats clean, clothes pressed. And they look very clean, but I know they had to stink, man, because I know it was no deodorant back in those Western days. Everybody smelled like poop, you know? And what about, and you think about, where are they washing themselves at, man? So when he jump in the river, oh, he's clean. No, he's not clean. He still smells like horse manure, you know? And then you have the women, man. There was no feminine products back then, so how did they smell? So you got two smelling people, man, ask each other out on dates. Hey, ma'am, would you like to go out on a date with me? Well, sure I would. See, because I'd be the guy to walk in the middle of it and say, you two need to take a shower, you know, before you go anywhere, please. Because if you go in a restaurant, I know you're going to make some people die. Quit coughing in the middle of my hack, Mark. Please go to a doctor or something, you know what I mean? I hate people coughing in the middle of my act. You know what I'm going to do? No, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to go ahead and end this. We're going to get this very talented person. I don't know if he's talented now. He looked like he's talented. You ever see people that say, oh, he looked like he's talented. Then he get up on stage, he's not talented at all, you know? You know? But we just pretend like he is. See, I hate getting those mercy claps. People clap for me and they're like, hey. Okay, yeah. You know? Don't come up here no more, please. Look, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for listening. If you wasn't listening, you pretended like you was listening, so I appreciate that.
Mercy clap.
Yeah, that was a mercy clap. Plus, everybody had their back turned to me, so I know you weren't paying no attention to me. You was? You're a great liar. I appreciate that. You all right. Y'all have a good night. Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
John Maupin, everybody.
Mercy clap.